I'm Pilar Shen-Berro, and we wanted to say a special thank you to everyone here because for us, this is more than a play. It's more than a piece of art. This show is a part of a revolution. Yeah. We're telling stories that haven't been spoken from women all across the world, but it doesn't really work unless there's someone there to listen. So we really wanted to say thank you to all of you for coming here and being a part of this tonight. We really appreciate you.
I wanted to acknowledge the fact that some of these pieces are really difficult to watch. And in the programs we provided for you, there's a star next to all of the triggering pieces. If you need to step out and take a moment, feel free to do so.
We also wanted to say we're sold out tonight, so thank you for being here. These women are really, really incredible people, and we hope you enjoy watching them as much as we enjoy working with them.
Vagina.
There! We've said it.
Vagina.
Said it again.
We've been saying that word over and over for years.
We've been saying it in theaters,
At colleges.
in living rooms, in cafes, at dinner parties, on radio programs all over the country. We would be saying it on TV if someone would let us.
We say it 120 times every evening when we perform the show.
The Vagina Monologues! Which is based on interviews with a diverse group of over 200 women about their vaginas.
We say it in our sleep.
We say it because we're not supposed to say it.
We say it because it's an invisible word.
A word that stirs up anxiety, awkwardness, contempt, and disgust.
We say it because we believe what we don't say, we don't see, acknowledge, or remember.
What we don't say becomes a secret, and secrets often create shame and fear and myths.
We say it because we want to someday feel comfortable saying it, and not ashamed and guilty.
We say it because we haven't come up with a word that's more inclusive, that really describes the entire area and all its parts.
Pussy is probably a better word, but there is so much baggage connected with it.
And besides, we don't think that most of us have a clear understanding of what we mean when we say pussy. Vulva is a good word. It speaks more specifically. But I don't think most of us are clear of what the vulva includes.
We say vagina because we want people to respond.
And they have!
They have tried to censor the word wherever the Vagina Monologues has traveled and in every form of communication.
In ads,
In major newspapers.
On tickets sold in department stores.
On banners that hang in front of theaters.
On box office phone machines where the voice only says monologues or the monologues.
why is that?
Vagina is not a pornographic word. It's actually a medical word, a term for a body part, like elbow, hand, or rib.
It may not be pornographic, people say, but it's dirty. What if our little daughters were to hear it? What would we tell them? Maybe you could tell them that they have a vagina, if they don't already know it. And maybe you could learn to celebrate that.
But we don't call their vaginas vagina, they say.
What do you call them?
And they say pookie,
Poochie.
poopy,
Pee-pee.
poopaloo, and the list goes on and on.
We say vagina because we have read the statistics and bad things are happening to women's vaginas
everywhere.
500,000 women are raped every year in the United States.
100 million women have been genitally mutilated worldwide.
And the list goes on and on.
We say
Vagina!
because we want these bad things to stop.
We know they will not stop until we acknowledge that they're going on. And the only way to make that possible is to enable women to talk without fear of punishment or retribution.
It's scary saying the word vagina. At first it feels like you're crashing through an invisible wall.
Vagina! You feel guilty and wrong, as if someone is going to strike you down.
But after you've said it the 100th time or 1,000th time, you realize that it is your word, your body, your most essential place.
You suddenly realize that all the shame and embarrassment you've previously felt saying the word has been a form of silencing your desire, eroding your ambition.
Then you begin to say the word more and more.
You say it with a kind of passion, a kind of urgency, because you sense that if you stop saying it, the fear will overcome you again and you will fall back into an embarrassed whisper.
So you say it everywhere you can. You bring it up in conversation.
You're excited about your vagina. You want to study it and explore it and introduce yourself to it and find out how to listen to it and give it pleasure and keep it healthy and wise and strong.
You learn how to satisfy yourself and teach your lover how to satisfy you.
You are aware of your vagina all day, wherever you are. In your car, at the supermarket, at the gym, in the office.
You're aware of this precious, gorgeous, life-bearing part of you between your legs. And it makes you smile. It makes you proud. And as more women say the word, saying it becomes less of a big deal. It becomes part of our language, part of our lives.
Our vaginas become integrated and respected and sacred.
They become part of our bodies, connected to powerful, wise, vagina-talking women.
We have a huge journey in front of us.
This is the beginning.
Here's the place to think about our vaginas.
To learn about other women's vaginas.
To hear stories and interviews.
To answer questions and to ask them.
Here is the place to release the myths, shame, and fear. Here is the place to practice saying the word, because as we know, the word is what propels us and sets us free. Vagina!
My vagina's angry. It's pissed off. My vagina's furious. And it needs to talk. It needs to talk about all this shit. It needs to talk to you. I mean, what's the deal? An army of people out there thinking up ways to torture my poor ass, loving, gentle vagina. Spending their days constructing psycho products and nasty ideas to undermine my pussy? Vagina motherfuckers! All this shit they're constantly trying to shove up us, cleat us up, stuff us up, make it go away. Well, my vagina's not going away. It's pissed off, and it's staying right here. Like tampons? What the fuck is that? A wad of dry fucking cotton shoved up there? Why can't they find way to subtly lubricate the tampon. As soon as my vagina sees it, it goes into shock. It says, forget it! It closes up. You need to work with the vagina. Introduce it to things. Prepare the way. That's what foreplay is all about. You've got to convince my vagina, seduce my vagina, engage my vagina's trust. You can't do that with a dry wad of fucking cotton. Stop shoving things up me. Stop shoving and stop cleaning it up. My vagina doesn't need to be cleaned up. It smells good already. Don't try to decorate. And don't believe him when he tells you it smells like rose petals when it's supposed to smell like pussy. That's what they're doing. Trying to clean it up, make it smell like bathroom spray or a garden. All those douche sprays. Floral, berry, rain. I don't want my pussy to smell like rain. All cleaned up like washing the fish after you cook it. I want to taste the fish. That's why I ordered it. Then, there's those exams. Who thought that up? I mean, there's got to be a better way to do those exams. Why the scary paper dress that scratches your tits and crunches when you lie down so you feel like a wad of paper someone threw away? Why the rubber gloves? Why the flashlight all up there like Nancy Drew working against gravity? Why the steel stirrups? The mean, cold duck lips they shove inside you? What the fuck is that? My vagina's angry about those visits. It gets defensive weeks in advance. It won't come out of the house, if you know what I mean. Then you get there. Don't you hate that? Scoot down, relax your vagina. Why? So you can shove some mean, cold duck lips inside it? I don't think so. Why can't they find some nice, delicious purple velvet and wrap it around me? Lay me down on some feathery cotton spread, put on some friendly pink or blue gloves, and rest my feet in some fur-covered stirrups. Warm up the duck lips. Work with my vagina. Vaginas are supposed to be loose and wide, not held together. That's why girdles are so bad. We need to move and spread and talk and talk. Vaginas need comfort. Make something like that. Something to give them pleasure. No, of course they wouldn't do that. Hate to see a woman having pleasure, particularly sexual pleasure. I mean, make a nice pair of soft cotton underwear with a French tickler built in. Women would be coming all day long. Coming in the supermarket, coming on the subway, coming happy vaginas. They wouldn't be able to stand it. Seeing all those energized, not taking shit, hot, happy vaginas. If my vagina could talk, it would talk about itself, like me. It would talk about other vaginas. It would do vagina impressions. It would wear Harry Winston diamonds, no clothing. Just there, all draped in diamonds. You see, my vagina helped release a giant baby. She thought she'd be doing more of that. She's not. Now she wants to travel, doesn't want a lot of company. She wants to read and know things and get out more. She wants sex. Yeah, motherfuckers, she wants to fuck. And she wants to go deeper. She's hungry for depth. She wants kindness. She wants change. She wants silence and freedom and gentle kisses and warm liquids and deep touch. She wants chocolate. She wants to scream! She wants to stop being so angry. She wants to come. She wants to want. She wants. My vagina. Whew, my vagina. Well, she wants everything.
Dear Rihanna,
I used to really respect you.
I thought you were a caring and compassionate girl singer-artist. So I just don't understand why you were so mean to Chris.
I see the way he looks at you. He just loves you too much. How could you just dump him after one bad thing? It's so shallow to drop someone after they mess up.
You have everything, Rihanna. You're perfect, pretty, and mega talented, and sparkly and shiny. It must be hard for Chris to be with you. I mean, I'm jealous of you, and I'm not even your girlfriend.
In his apology video, Chris seemed so nervous and sad. People say he was just reading lines, but they were heartfelt.
That's what happens after. I mean, they feel so bad, and they don't have anyone to help them.
Take him back!
He loves you too much, but at least he loves you.
One mistake, you can't just fire him.
Chris made you a video and put it out in front of the whole world. My boyfriend, Brad, didn't make me a video. I mean, once he brought me this bracelet with a silver heart after he made my lip bleed.
I heard Oprah say, if a boy hits you once, leave him right then. But that's so cold, so mechanical, like push, boy, delete.
I don't know about you, but
I'm not perfect.
I'm naggy, and I complain. Well, that's what Brad tells me.
I mean, you shoved Chris and threw away his keys. That's serious for a boy. A guy's keys are like his self.
I know if I did that, I would be expecting a confrontation. And you really shouldn't dish it out if you can't take it.
It's like my parents' arguments. They feel like they've been going on since I was born.
And they basically are always pissed off about the same things. And she makes him feel so bad about himself.
And then he gets ugly.
Sometimes he hurts her, and then she gets meaner, and we all just go to our rooms and pretend we don't hear. But really, we're all a part of it.
I mean, sometimes it's one of us that makes them start arguing. Usually me. My dad says, someone's always asking for it.
Chris loves you.
Just like Brad loves me.
What are we gonna do? Throw all the boys away? Put them forever on some punishment island.
Then how are we gonna have babies?
And who's gonna kiss us? They're all crazy sad, you know. I can tell, even when Brad slaps me sometimes. It doesn't hurt as much as seeing how alone he is. And confused. And sad.
Brad isn't buying your music anymore. He told me if you were his girlfriend, he would have to keep you locked up in his room.
That made me a little jealous. I mean, he doesn't let me out much, and if I talk to another boy, he gets real crazy. But the way he talked about you was different.
You're so strong, Rihanna. Your arms and the way you move and your confidence. You could help Chris. Otherwise, how are these boys gonna keep up?
It's like when we're on the lake, and I look at the water behind our motorboat, and there's this wake, and it stays there, even after the boat has passed.
It fills me with dread.
And makes me really scared.
I don't want to be looking back on Brad like that.
He's the one.
Real thing.
Bosnian women refugees were interviewed during the war in Yugoslavia, in refugee camps and centers. 20 to 70,000 women were raped in the middle of Europe as a systematic tactic of war. It was shocking to see how little people did to stop it. But then again, in the United States each year, about 500,000 women are raped, which is another kind of war. This monologue is based on one woman's story. We do it tonight for that woman and for the extraordinary women of Bosnia and Kosovo.
My vagina was green. Water, soft pink fields, cow mooing sun, resting, sweet boyfriend touching lightly with soft piece of blonde straw. There is something between my legs. I do not know what it is. I do not know where it is. I do not touch. Not now. Not anymore. Not since. My vagina was chatty so much saying, words talking, can't quit trying, can't quit saying, oh yes, oh yes. Not since I dreamed there's a dead animal sewn in down there with thick, black fishing line. And the bad, dead animal smell cannot be removed. And its throat is slit. And it bleeds through all my summer dresses. My vagina singing all girl songs, all ghost bells ringing songs, all wild autumn field songs, vagina songs, vagina home.
pulling my heart. I don't know whether they're going to fire it or shove it through my spinning brain. 6 of them. Monstrous doctors with black masks, shoving bottles up me too. There were sticks and the end of a broom.
My vagina, swimming river water, clean, spilling water over sun-baked stones, over stone clit stones, over and over.
Not since I heard the skin tear and make lemon screeching sounds, not since a piece of my vagina came off in my hand, a part of the lip. Now, one side of the lip is completely gone.
My vagina alive, wet water village. My vagina, my hometown.
Not since they took turns for 7 days, smelling like feces and smoked meat. They left their dirty sperm inside me. I became a river of poison and pus, and all the crops died, and the fish.
My vagina alive! What water village?
They invaded it, butchered it, and burned it down!
I do not touch now.
Do not visit.
I live someplace else now.
I don't know where that is.
Dear Khalid, I keep touching my hair. A kind of pastime. Running through. It was thicker before. Now is water. Something has left me. I'm not sure what it is. Dear Khalid, when I stood by your grave, I imagined them assembling the pieces of your body like a puzzle. Always this missing piece. And your hand, I kept thinking about your hand gripping mine when you believed in something enough to die. You would get excited. Not happy excited, like receiving a present. More like determined. No one was going to take your future away from you. I kept thinking about the pieces of your body and how I loved each piece. But never separated before like this. Dear Khalid, later I realized it began as a fever. The rage. 2 weeks after they threw the dirt on you and gave me the scarf you wore for good luck. I thought it was one of those illnesses we got from the bad water, from the lack of light, when there is no bread, when there is no baby's milk, when everything gets shut down and off, when we are forced into one broken room for weeks, months sometimes. I thought it was an illness. I was burning and I could not stop. I wrapped myself in the fabrics of your scarf and your smell, thinking it would hold me in or keep things out. But it didn't. Dear Khalid, it was simple. The voice, when it came to me, so perfect, so clear, suicide bomber. I said it out loud in front of my friends in the cafe, and the fever finally broke. Dear Khalid, they told me not to think about it. They told me I'd be a hero. They told me I'd join you in paradise. They spoke too quickly. They moved too fast. I need to take time. There was a boy that would go with me. I could tell he was afraid. He was sweating. He had acne. Someone or something had sent him, and like me, he was trying to keep up. Dear Khalid, maybe if they'd sent a car with lights or a car that wasn't broken or rusty. Maybe if they hadn't rushed me so fast. Maybe if they let me dress like myself. But the idea of dying in a tank top with my belly exposed, the idea of dying in their jeans, the way they were rough and squeezed me in. Dear Khalid, it could have been your baby, strapped on like that, sucking the life out of me. But it was a bomb, the size of a torso, extended now like an overgrown tumor. Little fingers instead of nails, something we created out of tenderness. But it was something to blow people up, dear Khalid. In the plaza where we play bakam and we were sent to our places like we were bad in school, to stand, to explode, to die in our places. I knew the boy wanted to turn back, but he was a boy and he had no choice. Suddenly, the plaza became faces, 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 my mother, my father, my aunt, and you! Khalid, we're there in those Israeli plaza eyes. I looked up then. It was blue. Life-giving blue, blue skies. Bigger than the plaza, or Palestine, or the Jews, or even you. Khalid. There was sky, sky, sky. And I couldn't do it. And I turned as his body exploded and his boy head shattered, and now there were more. missing pieces. Dear Khalid, I do not understand why they are keeping me here. I changed my mind. I turned back. You'd think they'd appreciate me. You'd have to imprison every Palestinian for having bad fantasies or thoughts. How else would we survive? I do not really mind being in prison. At least I no longer have to pretend I'm free. I do not have illusions. I do not have a hate. I do not have a boyfriend. I cannot go home again. I am older. My hair is water.
Our stories only exist inside our heads.
Inside our ravaged bodies, inside a time and space of war
And emptiness.
There is no paper trail.
nothing official on the books, only conscience,
Only this.
what we were promised.
That I would save my father if I went with them.
That I would find a job, that I would serve my country,
That they would kill me if I didn't go. That it was better there.
what we found. No mountains, no trees, no water.
Yellow sand.
A desert.
A warehouse full of tears.
Thousands of worried girls. My braid cut against my will.
No time to wear panties.
What we were forced to do.
Change our names.
Wear one-piece dresses with a button that opened easily.
50 Japanese soldiers a day! Sometimes there would be a ship of them.
Strange, barbaric things. Do it even when we bleed.
Do it young, before we started bleeding.
There were so many!
Some wouldn't take off their clothes. Just took out their penis.
So many men a day. I couldn't walk. I couldn't stretch my legs. I couldn't bend. I couldn't. What they did to us over and over. Cursed,
Spanked,
twisted, tore bloody inside out, sterilized, drugged,
slapped,
punched. What we saw. A girl drinking chemicals in the bathroom. A girl killed by a bomb.
A girl beaten with a rifle over and over.
A girl running headfirst into a wall.
A girl's malnourished body dumped in the river to drown. what we weren't allowed to do.
Wash ourselves.
Move around.
Go to the doctor.
Use a condom.
Run away! Keep my baby.
Ask him to stop! What we caught.
Malaria.
Syphilis. Gonorrhea.
Stillbirths.
Tuberculosis.
Heart disease. Nervous breakdowns. What we were fed.
Rice. Miso soup. Turnip pickle.
Rice.
Miso soup.
Turnip pickle.
Rice.
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 What we became. Ruin. Tools. Infertile. Holes. Bloody. Meat. Exile. Silenced!
Alone.
What we were left with. Nothing.
A shocked father who never recovered and died.
No wages.
Scars.
Hatred of men.
No children.
No house.
A space where a uterus once was.
Booze. Smoking.
Guilt.
Shame.
What we got called.
Ianfu! Comfort women.
No! Women of indecent occupation. What we felt. My chest. Still. Trembled. What got taken?
The springtime.
My life.
What we are. 74.
79.
84.
93. Blind.
Slow.
Ready.
Outside the Japanese embassy every Wednesday.
No longer afraid.
What we want.
Now,
Soon. Forward God.
And our stories leave this world.
leave our heads.
Japanese government.
Say it, please.
We are sorry, comfort women. Say it to me.
We are sorry.
To me.
We are sorry.
To me.
To me.
To me.
Say it.
Say it, sorry. Say we are sorry.
Say me.
See.
Say it.
Sorry.
Heart, beat, sound, move, make, shake, body, want, girl hips, girl girl moving now. I dance to disappear. I dance to know I'm here. I dance because I'm horny, because it's holy, because I want to forget. I dance because I'm pissed off. I dance because I can't study anymore. I dance because it's better than sexting. Are you naked? Oh, what are you doing with your hands? I dance because everything is possible. I dance because it gets me high, because it's the one thing you can't take away. I dance because it keeps me separate from everyone else's opinions and ideas. I dance because I'm bleeding, becoming. I dance because I can touch the music in the discos of Reykjavik, Mumbai, Manhattan, Barcelona. I dance till my mascara runs down my chin. I dance to the drums of the forest and rivers. I dance to the beat of the cicadas. I dance to the traffic, to the crowds, to the silence. I dance to the end of unkindness. I dance past the killing fields, past Wounded Knee, past the skeletons and bones. I dance past slave branding and Holocaust tattoos, past inflicted identities and demeaning looks. I dance past the limited determinations of my abilities and worth. I dance past your lustful eyes, your dirty interpretations of my teenage body. I shake off the bras and bindings and corsets and diets. I shake off restrictions and illegitimate rules. I shake off your suffocating warnings. I dance to the heartbeat of life. I dance because girls are the ultimate survivors. I dance in the circles that began in ancient Greece. The circles that spin round the Balkans, in Africa, in Ireland. I dance the hora. I dance in the circle of all those indigenous. I dance to say yes to my culture. I dance because my grandmother and grandfather taught me. I dance so I don't forget. I dance because there is a bird in me. Sometimes it is a slow bird in my body. Sometimes it moves so fast like a blue jay you cannot stop one even if you try to kill one. Hold a gun right on a blue jay. They will fly fast like that, out of your way. I wanted to dance the jingle dance before I could even walk. I dance because I love to spin the buckskin dance all over my body. When you teach children to dance, you teach them to be. I dance to disappear. I dance to know I'm here. I dance because I'm horny, because it's holy, because I want to forget. I dance with my belly, the center of the power of the world. I dance Sufi and I spin out forever, out into the universe. I dance past what is forbidden in OTA, kabuki and rock and roll, hip-hop and Bollywood. I dance salsa and flamenco. I dance to be here. I dance to disappear. I dance because I can and I will. I dance with the Roma And with those in the churches, I dance with the witches and fairies and freaks. I dance into the green reaches of earth. I dance with the ones who get left by the road. I dance until all of us are sweaty. I dance on tables, on rooftops, in stairways. I dance when I want to scream and claw and scratch and punch. I dance till I'm wild, till I'm crazy, till I'm brave and undone. I dance frenzy. I dance danger. I dance girl. I dance because I cannot stop. I dance because I feel that much. I dance because I love you. I love you. I love you. Now, don't just stand there with your arms all crossed. My skin is a map. My belly's on fire. Come with me, dance with me, all of you, higher, higher!
He wanted to go out. He said to me, "You stay home." I said, "I wanted to go out." He said, "You have a baby." I said, "It's our baby." I laid the baby down. He probably felt my tension because he was whimpering. The baby looked up, and he slapped me. My husband. Not a blast that knocks your eyes blue. That came later. It was a smack. A hard, domestic smack. He looked at me. He was smiling. I couldn't believe it. He was smiling. Ah! He slapped me again. His dad was vicious to his mother. I saw him smile. What was that? He was the nicest person. He had long black hair. When we made love, it got loose. Before. He took me to the dinner. Made me go out with his boss. I didn't want to go. He kicked me under the table, told me to look happy, told me to smile. I smiled. He kicked me again, asked me who I was trying to fuck, told me to stop coming on to everyone. I stopped smiling. He kicked me again. This went on and on. Outside the restaurant, he grabbed my hair, pulled me down to the curb. It was snowing. He buried me in snow. He pounded me in the gutter. The snow was melting. It was sloppy. My hair felt like it was bleeding. He was drinking. I was too. Must have blacked out. Woke up in the hospital after 5 brain surgeries. My hair was gone. They shaved it off. I had to relearn to talk and move my arms. It took me 4 months to remember how to cook breakfast. I remember the egg in the frying pan next to the bacon. I knew the egg felt right. I just didn't remember to crack it open. Just the egg in the frying pan and its shell. My head was bald. 18 years! He beat me! In the morning, when he was so nice again, I would braid his long hair. I would take my time, like I cared so much. And I would do it perfectly crooked. I would make the hairs so they would stand up all crazy like, then he'd go, forgetting that the bruises on my face were his handprints. He'd walk all cocky in the street, all macho in the road, but his brain would be so crooked and look so stupid and wrong. This shouldn't have made me that happy. It really just shouldn't have made me that happy. Heard that he was out with a woman, making love, and she was fluffing his hair when he was wild on top of her. He came home much later, and his hair was braided up all right and tight. He passed out from drinking. Then I got up with scissors as he snored and slowly walked to him and just cut the braid off, completely off, and put it in his hand so that when he woke up, he screamed, "What the fuck? I'm going to kill you!" And he jumped up, but I tied his shoes together so he couldn't run. I didn't go back to him. For 3 years, till I knew his hair had grown out again. I didn't want to have sex with him. He was drunk. I was just a piece of meat to him. A hole. I tried to pretend I was asleep. He elbowed me, jerked me, pulled me up. I remember thinking, just get it over with. He was soft and just kept pumping and pumping until I got sore. I said it didn't feel good. He said, "Who were you with?" like a mouse with a lion. You have to move fast to the door. He picked me up like I was a rag. His eyes were numb. I could hear my son screaming. His mouth was open. And his tonsils. I could see his tonsils. My husband beat the shit out of me. He wrapped my long black hair around his hand, jerked my head. I tried to get my son. That's not your son, he said, holding my hair in his hand. That's not your son anymore. Now he calls me in the middle of the night, weeping. He didn't mean to beat his wife. He didn't mean to batter her. He's suicidal. He knows what his mother went through. But he can't stop my son. They took our land. They took our ways. They took our men. We want them back.
Would you rather be alone or with a guy that stutters?
Why do you always want to do this?
Just answer. Would you rather be with someone famous who dumps you or never be with someone famous at all? Would you rather be called a slut or fat?
This is a stupid game.
Just answer.
They're stupid questions.
Would you rather be blind, deaf, or dumb?
None of the above.
Would you rather get pregnant accidentally or get dumped?
Usually they happen at the same time.
Would you rather be called a dyke or a bitch?
Dyke, definitely.
Okay, I'll give you a nice one because you answered. Would you rather be the most brilliant or most beautiful?
Both.
Pick one.
Most sarcastic.
Would you rather get HPV or give HPV?
Ew.
Answer!
Ew. You're gross.
There's a whistle. And I know I'm supposed to move. Go. Begin to dribble. Whistle. The ball, hot in my hands, burns. The clock is on. I begin my journey down the court, down this alley in my brain. Each game, I weave from end to end. It's not the other girls who are in my way. I am fast. I have the moves. There are far more deadly obstacles that keep me from the hoop. Blind pass. She passes back. Crossover dribble. They're double teaming me. At the intersection. Color. Girl. Girl. Color. Ganging up on my consciousness. Not sure in which court I stand. Or if I'm either one. Or both. Or something else. Like poor. Or maybe all. Or maybe none. Or maybe. Just ball burning in my hands. Just weaving, darting, dribbling, down the court. Each basket defies what is expected because nothing is. Even though they expect us to play ball. But not me. Not girl. Even if I'm tall. What part of me do I ally myself with? What part do I ignore at what moment? What part doesn't belong? Which group will it piss off? Which group do I represent? I'm an athlete, a girl with strong legs and arms I train. I am also the child of a Dominican mother and a black father. So I am black. Well, brown. Brown and black. Canela, morena, Indian, and girl. Weave, cross. What goes between? What stories, what past, what ropes around my neck? What scholarship? What affirmative action plan? What resentful boys in my hood? What championship? What being best? What talk show host? What Spanish, French, U.S. invaders of our land? What white invaders of our bay? Oakland, San Francisco. What evictions? What hoe? What manly arms? What nappy-headedness? What muscled, ugly, lesbian? What never get a man? What post-racial, biracial, non-racial, multiracial, I almost trip and stumble over ball? What land they stole, taken and retaken, colonialism to gentrification? What bodies in chains? What indigenous Taino people they kill with their white diseases? What Indians? What Africans? What women bound and raped? What legs? What race have I been running? What identity have I been ducking or too defiantly embracing? What president? What immigration laws? What caravan? No. Asylum seekers. What civil rights leaders dead? No. Murdered. What country? What team? What right do I have? Who do I think I am? What legacy that never ends? What Katrina? What Jenna 6? What Detroit, Watts, Lower Ninth, South Bronx, Soweto, Kibera, Eastland, Favela, Darabi, Barrio? What Eastern Congo? What prisons? What brothers, fathers who could have been? Dribbling. Who am I? Girl. To take their place. Pass now! We think! What future? What opportunities?